Right, hi guys. So today I edited and uploaded another one of my Hoya sort of tips and tricks videos, and I have a document that I use for planning all of these videos because certainly, especially for this like super specific tips and tricks videos, there are certain things that I want to make sure I show in a specific way, to illustrate the points I'm making. And just generally, it's nice to have not necessarily a script, but like a reasonable like list of bullet points of things to touch on, which is what I've been doing in this one document to just keep track of everything. And I keep them all in the same document to make sure that I can find if I've talked about something before or if I've not talked about something before. And so I was in this document, checking off, making sure I'd covered everything in the video, and I'd realised a while ago that the document had become slightly bigger, slightly longer in terms of the word count than my undergraduate dissertation at university, which is quite amusing. And after this video, I checked back, and the planning document has reached 17,000 words, 17,123 to be precise. So yeah, like I said, it contains all of the planning and all of the notes from my Hoya video series. Obviously not the example solves and that's just obviously kind of off the cuff. But everything else, every other video I've done, I've had at least a vague plan, a list of bullet points, and also generally just like a list of things to talk about. And my undergraduate dissertation, which is still by far the best thing I've ever made, produced, written, anything like that, whatever you want to call it, that was 11,688 words. So it's not just bigger; it's bigger by quite a lot. My planning document. It's nearly 1.5 times as long in terms of the word count as my undergraduate dissertation, which is absolutely wild because, like, obviously I know which one I put more effort into, and I know which one I'm prouder of. It's like I don't need to say it, but it's my thesis, right? I did so much work. It was so difficult, obviously. It's an Oxford dissertation, but I put so much effort into that because I really, more than anything at that point in time, wanted to do well in that. And I think I did the topic justice, which is, again, like I said, not an easy thing to do. For those people that don't know, my undergraduate dissertation was on the Chinese famine in the 1960s and the experience of women and how sort of the trauma of the event has reshaped their memory of it over time. And so obviously that's a very heavy topic, and it's not something that you can just kind of put together in the evening. Like it takes weeks and weeks and months of like fine tuning and putting together to come up with something that I am as proud of as I am. It's completely the opposite end of the spectrum. My Hoya videos, just like an idea that I'd had, the one that I'd wanted to do for a while, didn't get around to for a while, and then all of a sudden, I had realized I had the opportunity to like start recording some stuff. So I just literally just sat down one afternoon, made a list of like the tricks that I know, the specific like, and also like ideas, like techniques, sort of more abstract techniques. Gave each one a separate bullet point and then put sub bullet points under that of like things I would talk about, like what puzzle to show it on, what specific examples I'd give, all of that jazz. And also like all the variations of example solves I wanted to do as well. Again, that was much more of just a stream of consciousness. I know certainly in subjects like history or English, anytime I've written essays in the past, especially in school, less so in uni, but especially in school, I kind of found it easy to just write, like I didn't have to think about like paragraph structure or sentence structure or how I was going to specifically word a thing. That the writing aspect of it came naturally to me, which obviously my thesis was not the same at all, and that was a much longer project. But things like this, the planning document, when I just like have a few ideas in my mind and I need to get them down on paper or in a Word document, I find it very easy to just like write, and that's basically what I did. Making this document, I did most of it in one go because like a lot of the more basic tricks, and like the the tutorials and that kind of thing, I had specific stuff like from the off that I wanted to plan out. A few of the more recent videos, like things like the trainer video, that came up like completely kind of separately. The one I've uploaded today is literally just an idea I had the other day. It's actually been my quickest turnaround for any of these videos because I filmed it yesterday and I've edited and uploaded it today, which is way sooner than I normally do. But you know, just I had the time and I knew I was going to be busy the next like week or so, so I figured I might as well get it done. But yeah, writing and planning these videos, like writing the notes and all of that, the bullet points, really like doesn't take that long. Like, because like the difference between that and my thesis, well, one of the differences, obviously not the only one, but one of the differences is that with the Hoya stuff, I already know all of it. Like, even if I haven't like written it down in a succinct, like clear way, like I'm teaching it to other people or something like that, I already know the concepts, the ideas. Like with my thesis, I had to like research stuff and like actually think about it and think about like what different, you know, bits of information or whatever or sources meant, you know, in relation to the wider narrative. I had to think about that. You know, as you would hope. But with the Hoya videos, I kind of knew it all, so I could just like type and type and type. And I think that is probably why the documents ended up being so long, because I just kind of had a bit of free reign. Also, to be fair, my thesis did have like a word cap. Like the limit was 12,000 words. And I was only a couple of hundred under that, so I like that's reasonable. Obviously, I haven't had a cap for my Hoya videos, but certainly as of this one, it's something like 30 hours of video that I've uploaded to this point in time. And obviously I've got a lot more example selves particularly coming up. To be fair, I thought this before I come up with this most recent idea, but I have been thinking recently that the like specific tips and techniques videos and all of that, I'm probably done with those now, because like I don't think there's much more. Like the really specific ones, the actual important ones, I covered quite early on, and then more recently I've done some slightly more abstract ones, like for big cubes, the reducing down to a 5x5 case, the pairing pieces in the U layer, like things where there aren't specific cases necessarily, but you just have to like, you know, think of them as a technique and try and just use them, you know, on the fly in yourselves. And this most recent one's a bit like that as well. I don't think there's much more I can cover in that respect. I'm going to do a lot more example solves, but like I said, those are, you know, very situational. I'll just, you know, I'll see what comes up. I won't do any planning for those. I won't set anything up for those because I want them to be realistic. So yeah, I don't think my Hoya document's going to get much longer. It probably shouldn't, because I don't think any more than 17,000 words is completely necessary, even for me, as I'm sure is evident by all of these videos, particularly how long this one's been going on for, and certainly many of the others. I can just talk and talk and talk, or write and write and write for absolutely ages. Even with my thesis, I obviously if I'd had like a lot more time to do it, I could have written more. Given the time constraints, like, and like all my other work that I had to do like around the same time as well, I think I did it very well for the length that it needed to be. I think I pretty much nailed that. And I'm obviously, like I said, I'm extremely proud of it. It's by far the best thing I've ever made. Certainly my best piece of academic writing that I've ever done, my best piece of writing that I've ever done. And yeah, obviously the Hoya document doesn't really compare to it in that respect. So this video is a little bit redundant comparing them like that. I just thought it was a bit funny to be able to say that I've written at least 1.5 times as much about Hoya as I have about my undergraduate dissertation that got me a pretty good degree. So yeah, I don't know if there is a moral to this story, but I need to stop talking because I've got to get up early tomorrow morning. So yeah, I will see you tomorrow.